Time is 7 o'clock. Very good evening to everyone present for this 2 days workshop, and a very happy Janmashtami greetings to all. Thank you so much. And I take immense pleasure to briefly introduce Monika ma'am. Ma'am has already joined. Dr. Monika Gupta, presently working as an associate professor, marketing and general management, holds a PhD in management, UGC NET qualified in management, MBA marketing and information technology, with more than 20 years of experience in academia and corporate. Ma'am has published many papers, including Scopus Index journals, and also has in her credit few edited books. Ma'am has got one patent granted, two patents filed, two more are in the process. Ma'am has also been awarded Best Senior Faculty Award by Nobel Research Academy during National Faculty Award 2022 and 23. It's a great pleasure, ma'am, to have you with us today and tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time. I request you to kindly please take over the session. Thank you.
Good evening, sir, and all the participants. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. So, as we all know, today we are here to discuss systematic literature review and bibliometric analysis. So, I welcome you once again. So, as we know, we will focus on conducting a systematic literature review using PRISMA guidelines, a key process for developing high-quality review paper for publication in a Scopus Index journal. So we will use the paper titled a developed SLR procedure, that is systematic literature review procedure, with application in the field of digital transformation by Hamdan Al-Masri and colleagues as our case study to illustrate each step. So definitely we need a Scopus paper so that we can refer to it, see the implementations of each step. So we will be following this paper today. So I'll provide the link also if you want. If you want the name of the paper, I'll paste it in the chat window also, and I'll share the link also. And you can refer to it. I'll show the paper also to you side by side whenever it is required or at the end. And if needed, I'll share it with sir, and sir will share further with you. So I hope this will work, right? Okay. So I have taken the excerpts from the case, so you may not need it much. Okay. So this is what I was discussing. Today we will be discussing and focusing our discussion on SLR, that is systematic literature review using PRISMA. And tomorrow we will discuss bibliometric analysis using BiblioShiny, for which we require our software or RStudio. And if time permits and you want, I'll also give you insights or some tips for VOS or boss viewer. So it all depends how you take up the things. So let us start. Yes. So we will again use the approach of caselets. And the caselets are based on the excerpts from the paper itself that I have just mentioned, the Scopus Index paper, so that you can get the clarity from the cases themselves. Okay, so let us see the first caselet to introduce. Al-Masri and his team conducted an SLR to explore the impact of digital transformation on organizational performance. By systematically searching Google Scholar and other databases, they identified studies relevant to their research question. Their SLR aimed to provide a detailed synthesis of current state of knowledge, highlight trends, and identify gaps that future could address. This comprehensive approach allowed them to contribute valuable insights to academic discourse on digital transformation and ensured that their review met the rigorous standards required for publication in Scopus indexed journals. I hope the case is clear to all, being as an introduction to the concept of SLR using PRISMA. Yes? You have to participate and you have to be active, because I have gone through various videos available online. All are discussing. Thank you so much, Uma ma'am, Ria ma'am, for response, quick and prompt and positive response.
Yes, ma'am. Case is
Thank
clear.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I have seen that people are highlighting the portions of the paper and repeating what is being written in the paper, and they are just showing the diagrams and all. So I have tried to bring some innovation or some different way to present the things, so that everyone present here can have the grasp on the concepts. Otherwise, we all are familiar with the basic terminology, structure of the paper at all. So what different we can have? So I only expect that at the end of the session, you gain the confidence to write the paper and that will get published in Scopus. Okay. So what is why is a systematic approach crucial when conducting a literature review? The first question. Whatever comes to your mind, you simply share. Yes, please.
To identify the gap, literature gives the gap.
Okay. Literature gives the gap. Okay. What else? Basically, anyone else who would like to respond? Thank you, ma'am. Be participative. Speak as much as you can, because the best part is whenever you speak or you listen to others, you will always recall when you work on it. Yes, please.
It will allow you to gather information from multiple independent studies.
Right. What else?
Ma'am, we used to get information about methodologies.
I'm not able to hear. Please, a bit louder.
Ma'am, we used to get information about methodologies.
Very right. So it ensures that the review is comprehensive, first, second, unbiased, and third, replicable, leading to more credible findings. So what are the main goals of conducting an SLR?
Ma'am, I will try to see whether the various studies conducted on a particular topic, the results are consistent or not.
Very right. So here comes the answer that you have already given, some of you. The main goals are to synthesize existing research comprehensively and identify gaps that future research can address. Right? So let us see what we understood. What is the primary objective of an SLR? To summarize one study, to review literature selectively, or to provide a comprehensive synthesis of relevant research. Yes, please. A or B or C?
C.
C?
C.
Okay. Everyone?
But it can be all the options, I suppose.
All the options?
Yeah.
Okay. We have mentioned the word primary objective.
Acha, primary, then C.
Then C. Right. That is what we researchers need to do. We need to be highly focused. We need to be specific. Yeah, all our objectives, I agree. All are correct. But primary is C. Thank you. To provide a comprehensive synthesis of relevant research. Which aspect does an SLR emphasize the most? Speed of review, comprehensive and unbiased review, or personal opinions of the reviewer?
B option, madam.
B. Comprehensive.
So again, I'll go with majority. It is B, that is comprehensive and unbiased review. So I hope the basics are clear to everyone what we mean by SLR.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
is this
Yes,
approach okay? Yeah, okay. Is this approach fine to discuss the concept?
Yes.
Slide
Yes.
followed by recap. Okay, thank you. Now, thank you. Overview of Prisma. What is Prisma? What is its full form? So, preferred reporting items. Please focus on every word. Preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. So it is divided into three parts. One is preferred reporting items. Second, systematic reviews. And third, meta-analysis. And we connect. So Prisma is preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. It is a set of guidelines designed to improve the reporting of systematic reviews and meta-analysis. The purpose of Prisma is to ensure that review process is transparent, comprehensive, and replicable, which are essential qualities for high-quality research. The Prisma checklist includes several components. So I am giving you the outline of the paper right here based on Prisma. For a review paper, there has to be a title, then abstract, then keywords. Keywords are also required. Then introduction, then methods, then results, and then discussion. I hope most of us are familiar with it, but we will go for the depth as the session proceeds further. So each contributing to the integrity of the review. I came across one video where they related these components of Prisma to human body. And they mentioned title, abstract, and keywords to the upper part, that is the face of the human. Introduction and methods, they considered the main body, and then the results and discussion, the lower part. But all have their own functions and all have to work in integrity to get the whole. Okay. So first I have put here the Prisma 2020 flow diagram. I'll show it later to you. Okay. Now another case study. In their SLR on digital transformation, Al-Masri and his co-authors followed Prisma guidelines. Which guidelines of Prisma are to be followed now? What are the latest guidelines? Anyone having any idea? I'll share the paper also related to it. These are Prisma 2020. The latest one, I'll show the flowchart also and the guidelines and the paper depicting it. Okay, I'll share with sir and sir will share with you. So we have discussed two papers to be shared. One is the base paper on which case studies are based. That is Cooper's paper. And second is this one, Prisma, where we are following the Prisma model, the latest one. So in their SLR on digital transformation, Al-Masri and his co-authors followed Prisma guidelines to ensure a transparent and replicable review process. They carefully reported each step from the selection of studies to the synthesis of results. So that is the journey. We start with selection of studies and we go on synthesizing the results, ensuring that their review was thorough and unbiased. The Prisma framework helped them structure their review in a way that was clear and systematic, making it easier for other researchers to understand and replicate their work. This approach not only enhanced the quality of their review, but also increased its credibility, which is crucial for publication in high-impact journals like those indexed by Scopus. So, by going through today's session based on a particular paper and tomorrow also, you will get to know how we should study a particular paper and what are various parts that we need to focus on. So, how does Prisma contribute to the reliability of a systematic review? Yes, please. How does Prisma contribute to the reliability of a systematic review? Yes. I'm waiting.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I think Prisma is said to be a scientific way of doing the literature review. So that
Right.
Itself says that it has a reliability while doing the systematic literature review.
Okay. So basically, Prisma ensures that all aspects of review process are reported first, allowing for transparency and replicability. Thank you so much. Very right. Why is adherence to PRISMA important for publication in Scopus Index journals? Yes, please. Why is it important? Adherence to PRISMA is important for publication in Scopus.
Since it is a scientific one, what has been said, so that's the reason why they actually follow the Prisma stream.
To
Okay,
increase the credibility.
very right,
Yes.
very right.
Yes.
So basically, adherence to PRISMA ensures that the review meets the rigorous standards required by these high-impact journals. Right. Now let us see what we understood. PRISMA is an acronym for primary reporting items for systematic meta-analysis, preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis, or preferred research items for systematic analysis. This is an era of objective-based things. Yes. Which one, A or B or C?
Ma'am, B.
B. Anyone else?
Yeah, it's B.
B.
It's B? Okay. So I hope everyone must have the full form of PRISMA on tips, and it should go to permanent memory. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you. The purpose of PRISMA is to ensure the transparency and completeness of systematic reviews, simplify the review process, or promote specific research outcomes.
A.
A.
A, right.
A.
Ensure the transparency and completeness of systematic reviews. So we understood what is SLR, what is PRISMA. Are the basics clear? The two terms?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. So I do not believe in overloading of information. I believe whatever you come across, it should go straight to your memory with thorough understanding of the things. Now, developing a research question, you must have seen that everything was revolving around research questions. So how to develop? What should be the basis? So a clear and well-defined formulated research question, because when we have come across gaps, obviously how we come across gaps, when we go through literature, we get to know of various aspects and we are also familiar with the current state. So whatever is the difference that we find, that leads to gaps. So to related to these gaps, there occur certain questions. So a clear and well-formulated research question is the cornerstone of a successful systematic literature review. So we are following the PICO framework, PICO framework, basically the PICO framework. Now what it stands for? P stands for population, I stands for intervention, C stands for comparison, and O stands for outcome. So it is population, intervention, comparison, and outcome, which is a valuable tool for developing focused research questions, particularly in health-related research, though it can be adapted for other fields as well. A well-defined research question ensures that the review is targeted and relevant, guiding the search for literature and the analysis of findings. But some of us still might be wondering, so let us explore it further. Now see the case. I hope it will bring more clarity. Al-Masri and his team used the PICO framework to formulate a precise research question for their SLR, systematic literature review on digital transformation. They defined the population, that is P, as organizations undergoing digital transformation. Is P clear now? What is population here in this case? Yes, please. Organizations undergoing digital transformation, according to this case. Okay. Intervention. What we mean by I intervention? These are, so they describe the intervention as the implementation of digital technologies. So I stands, intervention basically stands for implementation. P stands for population, I stands for intervention, that is implementation. And C, now C stands for comparison. What we compare? The traditional organizational practices and CO is outcome. Outcome means what? Improvements in organizational performance. So what we have discussed is the population, then implementation, intervention, that is implementation, then comparison, and then outcome, that is improvements in the performance, right? I hope this is clear now with the case PICO framework.
Yes.
Based on
Yes,
this
ma'am,
framework, you can now be in a position to develop your research questions also. I hope you are confident now. Yes? Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. That is the reason I put this case study, so that it can provide you the base. This clear research question guided their research for relevant literature. Now, literature we all know is very, very vast. So how should we focus on? What we should focus on? So this PICO framework on which your research question is based, it will guide the research for relevant literature and ensure their review was focused and comprehensive. So you see the importance of PICO framework. It is guiding your research, right? So by using a structured approach like PICO, they were able to produce a review that was both relevant and rigorous, making it suitable for publication in a Scopus Index journal. Again, the same motive. So why is it important to use a framework like PICO when developing a research question? Yes, I hope now everyone can answer this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a structured approach. Yeah.
Yeah, structured approach. Okay. What
Ma'am,
else?
it is both relevant and rigorous.
And rigor.
Very right.
Yeah.
Very right.
Provide guidelines as how to move forward.
Very right. So it ensures that the research question is specific, targeted, and relevant, guiding the entire review process. Right. So I am glad that you are getting the concepts and the things are on the tips now. So how does a clear research question influence the outcomes of an SLR? Yes. Outcomes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have a question. Is this PICO framework is only focused in order to formulate a precise research question?
Yeah, this is basically related to research question formulation. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, actually, if a clear research question has been there, then you know what you want to do, and then accordingly you have methods, and by that way you will be able to find what you actually want.
Very
Yes.
right. And
Yes.
on the basis of research questions only, we will be able to frame our objectives that
Yeah.
we have
Clear
to
research
achieve.
question actually gives a way for searching the relevant literature.
Right, right. Very right. So I hope this is clear now. Okay. So it helps in focusing the review, ensuring that all relevant studies are included and analyzed systematically. So now we must be able to understand that review of literature does not mean we come across few papers with some particular keywords and we collect those 100-150 papers and say and write them in a particular manner and say now we are done with our literature review. No, that is not the approach. We have to be careful that it has to be systematic. And why we are conducting that review. And also we should not miss any important or the most relevant paper in the review. So PICO stands for population, intervention, comparison, outcome.
A.
A. Okay, right. What is the role of the research question in an SLR? To provide a broad overview of the topic, to narrow down the focus and guide the review process. B. Okay.
B.
Yeah. B. Right. Now, identifying relevant studies, that is database search. Again, this is an important aspect, how to search various databases. So all of us know that we are having some popular databases comprising lots of papers, Can you name few databases?
Google Scholar,
Scopus,
Right.
Scopus, Web of
Scopus,
Science.
Web of Science.
Web of
ResearchGate,
Science. What are
EBSCO.
the right? What are the limitations? Can anyone search in
Yes,
Scopus?
here lies my question, ma'am, which
Right.
is very.
Subscription
The
based
answer is,
knowledge
I am raising the question which can be answer for you, or I'm searching for the answer. Ma'am,
Right.
for example, I don't have access to Scopus and Web of Science database
Right.
because institutional, I think they want. So in
Right.
that case, I'm very much handicapped to use SLR. What is
Right.
your opinion? What is your suggestion, ma'am?
Yeah, I also face a similar situation. So today I was coming across like if we go through Science Direct, then we have limited papers, but it is open. If you want, I can open the website and can show. Another is Library Genesis, and third is Dimensions.ai. Dimensions.ai comprises huge number of papers. I have put a screenshot also for it so that you can see the things. And if you want, I will show the website and I can show how we can go for systematic literature review. So you can
Ma'am,
use these sources.
Yes,
sorry
ma'am.
to disturb you.
Please
Sorry to
mention again
disturb
what
you,
is
ma'am.
dimension.
Right.
AI?
Please
Other
tell
one
me.
is?
Ma'am,
Let me
please repeat the dimensions. Please repeat that.
dimensions.ai. I'm writing in chat.
Yes, please, ma'am, please.
Dimensions.ai. Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes. One is Library Genesis because we are facing similar problems. Another is Science Direct, but limitation of Science Direct is that the number of papers is limited and most of these are science based, pure sciences based.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So we keep, you should remain active in the network, and network provides such valuable information. Okay, Google Scholar is also there. It is also open. So
Dimensions AI open to everybody.
Yes, open to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. This has huge number of papers. I'll show the screenshot now. Okay. Identifying relevant studies is a crucial step in the systematic literature review process. A comprehensive search strategy ensures that all relevant literature is captured, minimizing the risk of bias. So Google Scholar is widely used database for academic research, offering access to a vast range of studies across various disciplines, utilizing search terms and Boolean operators. I think all of us are familiar with Boolean operators.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
use and. One is and
And not.
or not. These are the most popular that we use while searching, and or not. Right? Based on your requirements, you can use more. Okay. Utilizing search
Ma'am,
terms.
I have one request. If
Yes, please.
somebody is already aware of, then I would request, it's my humble request, not hurting anybody's sentiments. Don't voice clashes with you, so don't interrupt. I would say they can answer of your question, but please, when you are speaking, nobody else should speak. It's a humble request. Yeah.
Thank you. We will take care. Okay. So utilizing search terms and Boolean operators effectively can help in refining the search results, ensuring that the studies identified are relevant to the research question. It is also important to document the search process meticulously to ensure transparency and replicability. So let us see through a case what we are trying to say. See, this is the screenshot of dimensions. I'll show the website also, and you are getting various softwares like VOS or Video Shiny or anything. But this dimensions is giving you analysis also side by side. And you see the number of results. It is also very huge. So I suggest you can use this dimensions.ai. It is open to all, open source, right? But I'll show you at the end if time permits. Clear? I'll open the website and I'll show it. Okay. So for their systematic literature review on digital transformation,
Yeah, yes.
Al-Masri and his colleagues, they also documented their search process in detail, including the search items used, the databases searched, and the number of studies identified at each stage. Now, this is something very, very important that we need to take care of while writing a review paper. Like we have put certain keywords and we get the results. Please note down the number of results. Again, you put a filter. Say if you come across results in high thousands or lakhs, obviously we cannot go through every paper. Suppose I further limit it to last 5 years. Again, the number of results will be reduced. Please, whenever you apply any filter, note down the number of the results or take the screenshots, because you have to document each and everything while writing the review paper. I'll show the paper also side by side or at the end, right? So please note down the results. Do not let go of results without noting down. Otherwise, you have to do this again and again when you are writing the paper. Everything has to be documented. So they also documented their search process in detail, including the search terms used, the database searched, and the number of studies identified at each stage. This is what I was emphasizing. This comprehensive approach ensured that their review was thorough and replicable, meeting the standards required for publication in a Scopus Index journal. Also, please identify the journal and go through the guidelines so that while searching, you can focus on guidelines and you should not work again and again as per the guidelines at the end. Just have a glance of it at the beginning so that you should not miss anything important during your search. Okay. How does the use of Boolean operators enhance the search process in a systematic literature review? Yes, please.
It refines the search and provide most relevant answers.
Very right and to the point answer. Boolean operators help in refining search results, ensuring that only relevant studies are identified. Second, why is it important to document the search process in a systematic review? Yes, please.
If somebody else wants to do it, he or she can again do the same process.
Okay. Very right. So documentation ensures transparency and allows other
Replicable.
researchers to replicate. Yes, please.
It ensures replicability.
Replicability and research, that review is thorough. Yeah.
Very right. So documentation ensures transparency and allows other researchers to replicate the review process. Another important point I would like to mention here is, if you find any topic that for which we had n number of SLR already done, please do not take or go for that topic. Go for something different, something new, or on which few such reviews have been done. So which database did Al-Masri and his colleagues used for their SLR on digital transformation?
Google Scholar.
Scholars.
What is PubMed? It is for
Medicine.
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 Right. And Web of Science. Right. Boolean operators are used in a search strategy to refine the search to identify the most relevant studies, broaden
A.
the search. A? Okay.
Yes.
A. Very right. This is A. We use it for the purpose to refine the search. Now, next point. screening and eligibility criteria, as the name suggests. And you can see inclusion, exclusion criteria, screening process. Now we are focusing on title, abstract, and full text, and importance of a structured approach. So screening and eligibility criteria are essential in ensuring that only the most relevant studies are included in a systematic literature review. The process typically involves 3 stages: screening by title, abstract, and full text. Then inclusion and exclusion criteria must be clearly defined before the screening process begins. So we have to define it before initiating the screening process. What is to be included and what is to be excluded. Ensuring that the review is unbiased and systematic. A structured approach to screening helps in managing the large volume of studies typically identified in the initial search, and ensures that only studies relevant to research question are included in the final review. Is my voice breaking?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Now it's okay, ma'am. Now
Okay.
it's earlier it was breaking. Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, I read the comments just now. Okay. So let us explore the case to have better clarity on this point. Al-Masri and his team established strict inclusion and exclusion criteria to screen the studies identified in their systematic literature review on digital transformation. Their inclusion criteria focused on studies that discussed the impact of digital technologies on organizational performance. And exclusion criteria eliminated studies that were not peer-reviewed or did not provide empirical data. I hope now inclusion, exclusion clear to everyone from this case? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What we mean by inclusion criteria and what we mean by exclusion criteria. So we have to be very particular in defining inclusion, exclusion criteria in the beginning, because we have already framed our research question based on PICO framework, and we are able to define our objectives to be achieved. So the screening process involved reviewing the titles. 3 things we have mentioned. One is titles, second abstracts, and third is full text of the identified studies, ensuring that only those meeting the criteria were included in the final review. The structured approach helped them manage the large volume of literature and ensured that their review was focused and relevant, meeting the standards required for publication in Scopus Index journals. So, how do inclusion and exclusion criteria contribute to the quality of a systematic literature review? Yes, please. Anyone? Okay, sir, you want me to explain exclusion again?
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, here in slide it is written that exclusion criteria eliminated studies that did not provide empirical data.
Right.
So what do you say, that we should avoid these kind of studies which do not carry empirical data?
Ma'am, basically we are focusing on writing a review paper here. That is the reason we have mentioned this. Rest is all your choice, how you want to take your work further.
Okay.
Because SLR and bibliography can be one of the objectives for your thesis. You can make it as your first objective. So
Okay.
empirical one you can consider in your next objective.
Okay, fine.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Sir, exclusion means what we do not want to include in our search. When we are finding the papers, like we should focus on finding somewhere around 40 to 120, 130 papers, and we should to go through the abstracts. So out of say 40, 50,000 papers available on a particular topic, like when you put up keywords, you definitely cannot go through all the papers. So what should be the criteria that you want to follow, that I want this paper and I do not want this paper? For example, when I come across in Dimensions AI, I put some keywords. Let me show the screen. Okay, hold on, please. I am, stopping these slides. Let me stop this, and I'll show the Dimensions AI. Right? I'll share these again. Okay. Let me stop presenting. Okay. Let me show my screen. Chrome tab. Okay. Just a moment. That is, yes. Yes, Gmeet and this one, and share. Now see this. This is the website of dimensions.ai. Now, if you want, I can open another, tab here, or we can work on it again. Okay. Yes. So see, sir, let me open a new one, new tab, view tab. I hope all of you are able to see this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me type again. Dimensions. Wait. Dimensions.ai. Okay, okay. So sorry. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you see, when I put the keywords systematic literature review, I found around 78 lakh papers. Obviously, I cannot go through these papers. So what I need to do? Let me refine my research, or let me refine my search through publication year. So I'll click on publication year. And now you see, you can again find the number of studies year-wise on this topic. So let me take the data of last 5 years. So I'll click on 2021 and I'll click on limit 2. Now see the result have been reduced to 6,94,000. Clear? Okay. Now, again, this is a huge number. I want to narrow down further. Another important thing that you can find here is the journal list. So obviously, I am concerned with UGC journal list group 2. So I'll click on it and limit to. Right? So you see, it has again reduced to 4,92,000. So this way we can limit our research like publication type. I only need articles. I do not want these chapters or edited book or proceedings. Again, I'll click on limit to. Now see, the research is again getting refined. Another thing that I would like to focus is come on the right side and see this analytical views. Click here and see. You can find the results in various forms, like it can be in the form of aggregation, aggregated one, or in the form of bar chart. And you can export these. Similarly, researchers. Right? Again, both the options, network, right? Then source titles, right? So I also want to conduct research on, say, systematic literature review and Biblioshiny. Clear? Now see, the number of publications has been reduced to 176. Now, what can I do is, see the button here, save or export. Click here and export the results. Now, how do you want the results? We want export full record. Click on export. So it may take some time, but one thing I would like to mention here is, please do not disturb the file. Use the file as such, because we need this raw file later on when we will conduct a Biblioshiny or bibliometric analysis. So we need to upload the raw file as we get it while downloading. So please do not disturb the file. I think file has been downloaded now. Okay, you can see in the downloads. Okay, here it is. Let me see. Was save or export we were doing? Okay. Save or export the results and export. Okay, so the message is your export is now being processed and will be available in the export center. I think it has come to my email. Yes. So let me show. The link to download the file has been received in my email. So I will click on the link and I can save the file on a particular location. So if I click here, maybe, can you see my mails? Okay, no, tabs are not changing. Similarly, if you are going through this tab, analytical review, and I want the overview of my results. Clear? So what you can do is, you can also save it or export it, either as a chart, you see the chart here, year-wise, or in the form of a table. As you want to mention in your report, again you can export it and you can save it and use it in your research. So that is the benefit of this particular website. And the best part is it is open source. Clear? And it has a tab of UGC papers. the UGC Care Group 2 that we always look for, right? So should I stop this one?
Ma'am,
Yes.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
Like, for example, I'm doing some study on, I'll assume one topic, brand purpose. So in this dimension tab where you have written systematic literature review,
Right.
I'll type the entire thing, or just brand purpose, systematic literature review on brand purpose, or the entire title I have to type?
Ma'am, we type basically keywords and we
Keywords.
look for the number of results. If the
Okay.
number of results is too high, even after
Then we will
applying
follow the
filters.
procedure. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
You see,
Yeah.
first I have used only the word systematic literature review. The results were in high lakhs or thousands. So
Yes.
when I put Biblioshiny, the results narrowed down further after applying the filters.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, I hope you are now able to
Madam,
get the answer to exclusion. Yes.
Madam, I have a question. Like you have
Yes.
written systematic literature review, but where you have written the topic, which is to be
The
for
same question
keyword.
I was raising. Yes, yes. The same
Please tell
question
me.
I was raising. What
Please
Dr.
repeat.
Pallavi is saying.
Madam, I want to know where you have written the keywords. Like systematic literature review is okay, but where are the keywords where you have typed so that we can narrow down and find the
Well,
paper? But, yeah.
Can you see this dimensions written website?
Yes, madam.
And here we have a lens where it is written example, plastic and instrument.
Yes, madam, I can see that.
Let me write. Please share the keywords. Tell me what should I type?
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Artificial intelligence.
Comma HR 5.0.
Intelligence, comma,
HR 5.0.
HR
Yes, 5.0.
5.0. Right?
Yes. Okay,
And
madam.
press. Right? So see, we got 75,000 records approx.
Okay, madam.
Right? Now you can click on the journalist and you want Scopus paper, so you can click on UGC journalist group 2 and click limit 2. Now see, the results have been reduced to 24,000.
Yes, madam.
Right? Then you can click on publication type. Now you click on article and click limit 2. Now see, the results have been reduced to 16,000.
Yes, madam.
Right? Again, click on publication year. So we should know what are the main filters that we should apply. Right? So
Okay.
see, I can take last 5 year study because I need to analyze it. Again, press limit 2. So see, the results have been reduced to 1,000. Still, if you find the number is high, right? Either you can apply more filters given here, right? See, if you want to relate it to some SDG, because this is an era of SDGs. Now see, click on SDGs. Here you will get various SDGs. So which SDG you want to apply? See, the number of results also per SDG available here. Suppose, tell me the SDG.
Like industry innovation, madam.
Industry innovation, this one.
Yeah. Ninth, yes,
Yeah.
Yes, madam.
SDG 9. Now see, only 16 results we are left with.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay, madam.
I think this is what is required for SLR.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is clear. Very much
Now
clear.
it is clear. And
Thank
is
you,
it
ma'am.
clear?
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Monika,
I think
madam.
Dr. Pallavi and
Yes.
we both had same question. Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Monika,
Okay.
madam.
Can you present analytical view also, taking the same
Right.
example? Yeah.
Right. Yes, Palvi ma'am is also saying something.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, please show till last how you save the paper. Somewhere I think I have missed. So after this,
No
where is the icon to analytical
ma'am.
review? Yes.
See, here we have save or export. Can you see this button here where my cursor is there?
Yes,
This
ma'am, I
one?
can see. Yes.
Click here and export results. Export full record, and this is the file format, first one Excel. Click export. Now the message is your export is now being processed and will be available in the export center when ready. Now this will go to your email, which you have given at the time of registration on this website. Okay. And you can download from your email. I show the Excel file also from my email, right?
Okay.
Let me show the analytical view first. Now see the analytical views. Research categories, right? Publications. Let me see. Now see. Overview. Clear? Researchers, according to researchers, if you want to see who are the major contributors here on this, in the form of aggregation or in the form of network. Now see the network. Was viewer. Can you see it here?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
do not go for it separately. You can take it, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, and you can see the relationship. And you can also export this one if you want to use it in your research, right? And see the aggregation, or you can download it in both the forms, right? That is the beauty of this software. You need not go for additional activity efforts. Now see, year-wise, graphical this form, chart form, or if you want to present it in the form of a table, right? And academic impact and other options. And this I have shown. Then source titles. Now see the source titles, citations. This is also required for analysis purpose. Citations are also an important part, right? So you can also use this. You can also download this information. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So was viewer output, it has already given. You can get this in the same software. Clear? Okay. And these are the different papers. Okay. Now, should I stop this one
Yes,
website?
ma'am, you can. Thank you so
Okay.
much for such a wonderful presentation. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you so
welcome.
much, madam.
Welcome. Now let me show my email to you, right? So that you can understand from where and in which form you get the results. Let me show my email. Okay. Yes. My email. Now you see, I have downloaded 2 results and the message is export is ready. Now see the first one, this one, and see. Click the link below to download your export. See. And suppose I put it in downloads, it is up to you where you want to save. Now see this, Excel. Can you see this file? Only able to see the email. So I clicked on this link, right? And then what did I get? Let me show it again. Stop sharing. Okay. Gmeet. And I saved this file in downloads, I think. Yes, this is downloads folder. I saved the file in the downloads folder and see here downloads. Let me show. Yes. Can you see this file?
Yes, ma'am, we can see. Yeah.
Here in downloads. Now, can you see the file? Again? Right? Okay. Let me show the file again. I hope you all are enjoying today's session.
Yes, ma'am. The session is so informative.
Very nice, ma'am. I mean, we are able to solve the queries which we had.
Thank you. Thank you. That is why I have not gone for that traditional way of taking the sessions.
Yes.
My objective is to provide what you are looking for. That is the only objective, and you can share your queries. I can work. Now see, this is the file that I downloaded on artificial intelligence. Is it clear? I think.
Yes.
Now you can format it further as per your requirements, and we will use this file again tomorrow. In
Ma'am, voice is breaking.
okay.
Oh.
Bad here. Yeah, that is the reason. Okay, now see what we are getting here in this file. Title, then abstract. This is important. Now you have to go through this abstract, every abstract that is relevant or not. If there are only 16 records, you can go through it. But if these are more than 100, then acknowledgements, funding, source, then book editors. So you see so many details we received here. And these will be used, author affiliation and all, for SDGs. See here at the end. Right? So what we can do here, if we want to filter or include or exclude certain files again here, what you can do is copy this column in another sheet, right? Sheet C. That file we need for, softwares, the raw file. But to refine your search, what you can do is, you can always refine your inclusion-exclusion criteria. You can take abstracts to a new sheet and you can use Control F, find button, to find whether the keywords that you are looking for are there in the abstracts or not. See, suppose mention any keyword you are looking for in this research other than those we have put during search, we have already included. But still, if you feel whether you want to exclude any paper out of these.
Digital transformation.
Digital transformation. So we can use digital transformation. See, this paper number 3 is heavy. So you can include this one, right? Similarly, you can search further. I think multiple pastes have been done. So you can use this Control F button to find, include or exclude your abstracts further in case the number is more or you want to bring more quality here. Right? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Let us go back. Should I share PPTs again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a query.
Yes, please. Please
Ma'am,
ask.
while doing SLR, we generally give our Boolean search and or and not in our
Right.
paper. But
Right.
while doing this dimension AI, I don't think we have that thing now in order to paste that in our research work. So how
No,
will
you
we
can
get it here?
again. You can put it in the search button.
Okay, Boolean with the Boolean, it's not coming. No, I guess I've not seen that.
You can check. Have you checked it?
Okay.
You can check it.
No, I was actually looking. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
You can check it and then we can discuss.
Fine, fine. Okay.
Right. So let us continue further with the session. Right. So whatever we have discussed till now, I hope everything is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, and sir, have you got the answer to your queries that you were asking what we mean by exclusion here? Sudhir sir, I think asked it. Is he there?
Yes, madam. I got clear now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Because otherwise I should think of something else because
Yes,
it's my duty to provide clarity.
Yes,
Palvi
yes,
ma'am, I'm glad to
Yes.
see you again today.
your
Ma'am, yes,
session
it
is
was
so informative, madam.
yes, the same thing
Thank
I
you so much.
want to say.
Thank you so much.
Monica ma'am, I have a question. Like if I'm using Dimension AI,
Right.
I think it is sufficient, or shall I use multiple sources of doing systematic review? I should use some another tool also at the same time, or only using one software is enough for writing a paper.
Ma'am, it depends the kind of directions you want to take your paper, give your paper, and also what is the requirement of a particular journal that you are looking for, and what the kind of work that has already been done in that particular field. Because when you will go through various papers, you will get to know of the quality of the research work that has already been done in the field, that has already been carried out in that particular field. Definitely we have to go one level above. Accordingly we can take the decision. Otherwise one software is sufficient, no issues.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I
And
believe Science Direct and Library Genesis is for science papers. Since I'm from management stream, so I
right,
think Dimension AI is enough. I think.
yes, one thing
Yes.
is Dimensions AI is enough. Another thing I'll share tomorrow why we have taken Dimensions.
Yeah, I think, ma'am, the way you have demonstrated it is very user friendly. With
Okay.
simple steps, we can get to know what actually we are looking for.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let us continue. So I think we were discussing this inclusion exclusion criteria.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
There is no voice. Am I right?
Yes. How inclusion exclusion criteria contribute to the quality of the result? Yes. Anyone?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, inclusion and exclusion will help to identify the papers which are relevant to the topic, and that will give the proper required result for that particular paper. And exclusion will remove those papers that are not considerable for that particular research. Maybe, for example, if we are going for systematic literature review, the empirical paper will be excluded. I think it is from my side answer, ma'am.
Yes. Basically, yes.
To scrutinize large volume of literature.
Right. So basically, they ensure that only the most relevant and high quality studies are included, making the review more credible and focused. You see, I have clicked on the option UGC Care 2. UGC Care 2 means it
Yes,
includes
ma'am.
Scopus publications,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So it adds to the credibility, adds to the quality, right? So similarly, we have seen that we got the results of citations, papers with citations. That is also important. How many persons have cited the particular papers, right? So people are seeing the work. Okay, why is it important to have a structured approach to screening studies in an SLR?
Because the large volume of literature can be managed,
Right,
and we can focus on a relevant review.
right. So basically, a structured approach ensures that the screening process is systematic, unbiased, and replicable, right? Okay, let us check what we
B.
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 Thank you. It is B.
B.
Right. What is the first step in the screening process?
From title review.
B.
Anyone else? We got two different answers, so I need more responses.
Ma'am, slide, can you come to the slide? This is showing the previous slide. Yeah.
C. C.
In preview, I can see the same slide.
Now it's coming. Now it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Which
Ma'am,
option?
it will be the title review. C.
C.
Title it, C.
Yes. The first step is the title itself.
Yeah.
So in screening, we go for title review. You see, when I was searching in dimensions and I asked for certain keywords. So you have mentioned the keywords AI and all, and these are going to be a part of your title or abstract or full text.
Title.
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 Right? So the first step is screening process. In the screening process is the title review. Why we study any paper, what we look for when we are going for screening or selecting the papers. First, we look for title and we identify whether it is relevant or not. Then only we decide whether we should go for abstract reading or not. Full text comes later. Right? So this is how, see, after putting in so many efforts, still we need to think a lot to decide, to respond. Right? So all cells of the brain get activated. Okay. Another is data extraction and synthesis. So what does it mean? So data extraction involves systematically collecting key information from the studies included in the review. This step is crucial for ensuring that the synthesis of findings is comprehensive and accurate. Creating a data extraction form. Here we are talking about data extraction form. So creating a data extraction form helps in organizing the information, ensuring that all the relevant data is captured. Depending on the nature of studies, the synthesis can be qualitative, focusing on themes and patterns, or quantitative, involving statistical analysis. Again, this is something you need to take care that in case of qualitative, we focus on thematic analysis or patterns. And in case of quantitatives, we focus on statistical analysis. So a well-conducted data extraction and synthesis process is essential for producing a high-quality systematic literature review. So let us explore the case to understand further. In their SLR on digital transformation, Al-Masri and his co-authors developed a detailed data extraction form to capture key information from the studies they included in their review. This form included fields for the study's objective, methodology, findings, and conclusions. So they focused on 4 points: objectives of the study, methodology, findings, and conclusions. So it is all author specific. By systematically extracting and organizing this information, they were able to conduct a comprehensive synthesis of the literature. Their synthesis was primarily qualitative, focusing on identifying themes and patterns related to the impact of digital transformation on organizational performance. This thorough approach to data extraction and synthesis ensured their review was comprehensive and insightful, making it suitable for publication in a Scopus Index journal. So see what we need to do, what we have to exclude, what we have to include, apart from author's thought process, literature review, we also need to take care of journal requirements. And then we have to make a blend, because ultimate aim is that it has to get accepted in Scopus. So we have to take care of all the aspects. So why is it important to use a data extraction form in a systematic literature review?
To conduct comprehensive synthesis of the literature.
Very right. Very accurate and to the point answer. It ensures that all relevant information is systematically collected and organized, facilitating a comprehensive synthesis of findings. Another, how does the choice between qualitative and quantitative synthesis affect the outcomes of a systematic review? Now, first question from my side, apart from the answer to this question, where you come across this word outcome? Where you have come across? What was the term?
PICO framework.
PICO framework. And O is the last one.
Last.
Yes.
I appreciate you remember the things. Okay, now you can answer this question. Yes, please. How does the choice between qualitative and quantitative synthesis affect the outcomes of a systematic review? Yes. In qualitative, we focus on
Themes
Thematic.
and patterns. Yeah.
themes and
Themes and patterns
And
related
patterns
to
related
and
to-
quantitative, we focus on
Statistic.
Data.
statistical relationships.
Relationship. Yeah.
Right. Influencing the depth and nature of the conclusions drawn. Okay. On that basis, we can conclude. Okay. So what is the purpose of a data extraction form in a systematic literature review? To systematically collect and organize, to simplify, or to exclude?
Ma'am, A.
A.
Right. It is A, to systematically collect and organize key information from studies. Right. Which type of synthesis focuses on identifying themes and patterns?
B.
Qualitative
B.
synthesis.
Qualitative.
This is qualitative. So this should be the spirit, that we know the answer and we search for the answer written in the options rather than eliminating the things. Then comes our Prisma flow diagram that we were talking about. So the Prisma flow diagram is a crucial tool in synthesis in systematic literature reviews, providing a visual representation of the review process. It outlines each stage of the review, from the identification of studies through screening, eligibility assessment, and finally, inclusion in the review. The flow diagram helps in ensuring transparency, allowing readers to see how many studies were included or excluded at each stage and why. This visual tool is an essential part of the Prisma guidelines, contributing to the overall rigor and credibility of the review. Do you remember the full form of Prisma? Anyone? P for?
Preferred.
Yes. R?
Reporting.
Preferred reporting atom systematic
versus
meta-analysis.
Right. Okay, great. Now
Ma'am,
see,
preferred
yes.
reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis.
Very right. Now see, this is the framework. That is the latest Prisma framework, Prisma 2020. I'll show the link. Okay. I think link, I'll share the link. Okay. This is the latest Prisma framework. Now you see there are two colors. Why there are two colors? Whatever is written in gray color, that is optional. If you have information, you mention these. Otherwise, you can leave these cells. But whatever is written in purple color, these cells you must mention in your Prisma. So you see, if you have previous studies and its information, you can start from here. Otherwise, you can start from identification of new studies via databases and registers, like we have used Dimensions database. Now I think you can fill this option, records identified from databases, right? And when you screened, then how many records you have removed before screening the database results. So you have identified duplicate records, like I was discussing. You can, when we get the Excel file, based on the names of the authors, you can arrange or sort the Excel file. And you can find if there is any duplicate file. You can remove the duplicate records. Or records marked as ineligible by automation tools, or records removed for some other reasons. But number of records you are removing and why you are removing, you have to specify. This is something leading to exclusion. Now, after screening, how many records are left with you and how many records you have excluded. Then reports sought for retrieval and not retrieved. Then reports assessed for eligibility. Then reports excluded. Reason 1, 2, and 3. Then new studies included. Suppose when you were compiling, you come across some new studies, then why you have included, what's the reason, or the new reports. And ultimately, total studies and total reports. Now see, here they have mentioned, consider if feasible, the gray cells, right? Similarly, identification of new studies. So this is the outline of the PRISMA framework for systematic literature review. So you should put this diagram in your paper. Whatever is relevant, you keep it, and whatever is not relevant as per your requirements, you can leave it. So it is totally up to you to decide. But for every aspect, every word you write, you have to give justification. You have selected 16 studies. Why only 16? And how you arrived at this 16? Everything you have to justify. And how many initial number of papers we have come across, which filter we have applied, how many excluded, why excluded, right? So this is something you can modify. Clear? So I'll share this paper where this PRISMA framework is mentioned. The entire paper is on this framework. Okay, so you should use the latest format or the flow diagram of the PRISMA framework. You should keep noticing if there is any update on it. This was given in 2020 and this is the latest one till now. Okay, so Al-Mazri and his team used a PRISMA flow diagram to document their SLR on digital transformation. I'll show the paper and their PRISMA flow diagram. Should I show it first? Let me show. Okay. Let me show the PRISMA used by them and then we will discuss. Okay. Is it there? Just a moment. I'm showing his paper to you. Now, can you see this paper?
Yes, ma'am.
I have based my case studies. This is Scopus Index on this paper. The title is A Developed Systematic Literature Review Procedure with Application in the Field of Digital Transformation, and this is Al-Masri and his authors. So you see the paper, it is comprising 18 pages. So he started with, title, abstract, keywords, and see JEL classification. Some journals are very particular that they have their particular classification, so that whenever we use those particular keywords, our paper is filtered and and our paper remains in inclusion criteria, not the exclusion one. Now the introduction, literature review. Now see, this is the reason why I was discussing you have to document everything. When you search any paper in Scopus database, this is the syntax. Like if I have put systematic literature review in the keyword, so this is the syntax we have to mention and how many results of search we get. Similarly, if we find that the number of papers is less than 40, we can search the papers in more than one database and we can give the summary here. And how we write the summary. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
So first
Yes, ma'am.
table is search
Yes, ma'am.
strategy, right? Like I have discussed search strategy in dimensions. And how we explain it. So you see the lines written at the bottom. A total of 18 articles were discovered in Scopus database, 3 in Springer, 8. Like this way you have to describe what you have done. See here at the table above. The search was performed on 5th July 2020 with the search strategy adopted shown in the table below. Because if you will use same database and same keywords, you may get different results. More papers might have been added. So this is the paper I was talking about.
Yes,
Voice is breaking.
your voice is breaking.
Let me check. Is it audible now?
Now it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
Okay, so sorry. So what I was saying is, see the second table, search result in the databases of Scopus, this, and what they have mentioned is article. First, every article they have defined, the title of the article, authors, and the year, and then the different databases in which it is available, what is the area of research, and what is the analysis software, like we have discussed today, dimensions. Right? Okay. Next. I hope you are getting more clarity by seeing this paper.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Because
ma'am.
now see what you have to write in the description. The papers were reviewed and separated into different categories. The studies by this were categorized as management and business research. So now you have clubbed based on this column, right? Area. So this way, now see, all studies used Prisma model to clarify the search criteria and identify the sources and bibliometric analysis using WAS viewer software. Why? To discover the knowledge base of the research scope. So whatever you are doing, you have to write.
Write it.
As simple as that. Nothing. You see the language of the paper, how simple and user-friendly it is. Now see, search results in the databases. Article, search result, steps, and then analysis softwares. Right? So for every paper they have mentioned, or they have clubbed and they have mentioned. Now see this criteria. So every paper has different criteria. I think you had a query. Clear? See this column, center one. Clear? So now what they describe, again the same thing. Whatever they are doing, the syntax of Scopus, they are describing. Now see, we were discussing about a form, right? So what we have done, the proposed procedures consist of 4 stages. Proposed procedure for SLR. So what they did in this paper, stage 1, research design. So this is the form. So research question and method, stage 2, data collection. Then first phase, identification of keywords, screening, search strategy, right? Then third phase, eligibility. Now see here, in third phase, title, abstract, assessed for eligibility, and here comes your PICO criteria. It means we are talking about research question. And then full text articles assessed for eligibility, that is exclusion criteria. This is what we have discussed. And now fourth phase, that is inclusion. I hope now you are clear that we have discussed stage 1 and stage 2 today as per this,
Yes.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
We are on the right track. So Tomorrow we will discuss stage 3 and 4, where we will use this software Biblioshiny. If time permits, we can use WasViewer also. But I'll give you the overview, right? And this is followed by visualization, the stage 4, right? And see here, this is what I was saying, that you can make it a research question. Like see the research question 1 here in stage 1, right? And these will become your objectives also. So where to put research questions? Another is in stage 2 or 3, stage 3, then one more in stage 4. Right? Now see the proposed systematic literature review stages. Now see the elaborated form. Kindly mute. Yes. Now see this one. Systematic literature search in the field of digital transformation in business and social science research. Now again the same framework. Now we have put the information as per our requirements. Research question 1, research question 2 based on your study, based on PICO framework and the methods. Similarly, now see, is the stage 1 clear? Research design.
Yes.
Research question
Yes,
1
ma'am.
is,
Yes, ma'am.
what are the most influential articles, authors and countries for digital transformation in this? And this is the method they have used. Second, what are the future research directions? Right? And then methods. Now stage 2. See the stage 2. Selection of database. They have used Elsevier's purpose, and we can mention dimensions here. Then first phase, identification. Selected keywords, like we have put the keywords artificial intelligence today. Right? So you can mention the result, initial number you get. Then second phase, screening, search restriction, article title, then number of papers, then period of research. You remember we have taken last 5 years. Then the number reduced. Can you see the number is getting reduced at every step? So this is showing inclusion, exclusion, right? Similarly, we can put one more filter on language, source type, document. In document, we can mention major sub areas. Like it will depend on the database you are using. Clear? Then keywords. Then third phase is eligibility. Eligibility on the basis of title, abstract assessed for eligibility. So here for eligibility, we have used PICO criteria. And they have only 66 papers out of 10,000, approx 11,000 fall in this category of PICO criteria. See the reduction, filtering. So it is more like a funnel structure. Full text articles assessed for eligibility. So here we have used exclusion criteria. Only document type article. So this you have seen, I have put the filter here. I clicked on article only. Published in English is analyzed, duplicate articles are excluded, incomplete copies of articles were removed, and articles that do not focus on DT content are excluded. DT is, what is DT here in this paper?
Digital transformation.
Right, digital transformation. This paper is on digital transformation. So ultimately, how many articles we have included? Remaining articles?
41.
41. So you see the funnel. Started from 10832 and ending at 41. And today for artificial intelligence, how much was the result initially?
Something,
Right.
1,100. Yeah.
So I think you can make this table now using dimensions, and you
Yes.
end up at 16. Right? Is this clear? Can you make this table?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So this is the database we will use to go complete step 3 and 4, stage 3 and 4 tomorrow. And now how to write? Now see, read every line carefully. The SLR process consisted of 4 phases: research design, data collection, data analysis, and visualization. So these are the 4 stages we are discussing. So what we are discussing, that only you have to write. using 3 software programs. So they have used 3. If we are using 1, mention 1. We are using 2, mention 2, and their names as tools to organize the papers and extract the data. And now I hope going through this, you will understand why we have excluded empirical, right? Because another important thing is it will become too complex to analyze. See, third phase eligibility, process of including, excluding articles were as follows. What is the process of including and excluding articles? First is PICO, right? So you can read the paper and you can find the answers, right? Next is articles assessed for eligibility by full text reading based on language and other things, right? So everything we have to write, we have to elaborate. Third step, data analysis. Clear? Then comes reporting. This we will discuss tomorrow. I'll show you one more point here. Yes. Here, see this research questions. See the research questions, right? Of this study. What are the systematic reviews found in the literature on bibliometric analysis and Prisma guidelines with WASP-Viewer software in Scopus, WOS, Springer, and Google Scholar database? What are the available SLR articles in Scopus database on digital transformation in businesses and social sciences fields? So we have defined that our research is confined to business and social sciences fields only, right? Similarly, what is the aim of the study? See, to provide an overview of the available systematic review articles found in literature on bibliometric analysis and the Prisma model with WASP-Viewer software. Second, to contribute to systematic review method in business and social sciences research, especially in the field of digital transformation through the combination of bibliometric analysis, Prisma model, and analysis software programs. Am I clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, first 2 stages done.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, clear.
should we stop for the day now?
Yes, ma'am, please, because today is Janmashtami and some puja is to be performed. Yeah.
You should remind me.
No, no,
Even
no,
I'm
no.
fasting.
Had it been other day, we would have continued till 10 o'clock. But today is
No
Janmashtami
problem.
and some
Yeah.
puja is to be performed. Yeah.
Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Happy
very much,
Diwali.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a great day.
Thank